Today, for the first time in history, the workplace ecosystem encompasses 5 distinct generations operating in the same space simultaneously. This chart shows the generational distribution of today's workforce, mapping out how the population is divided across these 5 age ranges. The demographic weight is heavily concentrated here, with Millennials and Generation X now making up over 60% of the total workforce. This diversity creates friction. Older cohorts, specifically baby boomers, often rely on formal, face-to-face communication and established office hierarchies to get work done. Younger workers now expect instant digital messaging, daily performance feedback, and extremely fast, collaborative decisions from their managers. Organizations are stretching to accommodate these opposing operational styles. Finding a way to manage both the demand for stability and the need for rapid evolution is a constant challenge. Generation X occupies the functional middle ground here, acting as the mediator that allows these conflicting generational styles to communicate and collaborate. Born between 1965 and 1980, Generation X entered childhood during a period of significant economic shifts and changing social structures. They were the latchkey kids, the first generation to grow up in a culture of dual-income households, where children frequently spent several hours a day at home without adult supervision. This environment required them to solve daily problems independently. Over time, they developed a natural pragmatism and a strong sense of self-direction. In the workplace, this manifests as a management style that values tangible results over rigid processes. They tend to focus on the objective rather than the protocol. Because they were raised to be self-reliant, Gen X professionals often remain objective during office disputes. This independence allows them to resolve conflicts without being tethered to a specific group's bias. Generation X did not start out as digital natives. They began their careers with manual, analog tools like typewriters and physical filing systems. They navigated the first phases of workplace digitization, learning to integrate early, clunky communication technology as it was introduced to the office. Their careers continued through the mobile hardware revolution as they adapted to the shift from basic pagers to the world of constant, remote connectivity. Today, they are guiding their teams through the integration of artificial intelligence and the complex transition to permanent remote work models. Their value isn't based on being born into a specific software, but on a career-long track record of successfully adapting to every major technological transformation of the last 40 years. Gen X is often called the sandwich generation. They frequently balance high-stress caregiving duties for aging parents while still raising their own children. These external pressures make them highly protective of their work-life balance. They value autonomy and are often resistant to micromanagement because they need the flexibility to manage their complex personal lives. This intermediate life stage allows them to translate boomer priorities for younger staff, while simultaneously helping to temper the rapid change expectations of Gen Z. Their relational position and technological journey allow them to act as an objective, empathetic center for a fragmented workforce. The way Gen X has adapted throughout their careers dismantles the stereotype that only younger generations are tech-savvy. Flexibility is a skill they have practiced for decades. Organizations risk losing critical institutional memory if they ignore this cohort. Without their presence, the bridge between legacy systems and new innovations begins to weaken. To leverage this talent, businesses should place Gen X leaders in charge of new technology adoption and training initiatives. Companies can also use Gen X's established internal networks to facilitate mentorship programs that connect the most junior staff with the most senior. While they were once dismissed as the forgotten generation, Gen X's ability to link analog foundations with digital futures makes them the functional center of the modern workplace.